And I always look forward to my trek to Northern California, where the largest crowd in the history of motocross assembles to pay heritage, to pay homage to motocross the way it ought to be. Once again, hello, my name is Tim Connor. With me from the state of Ohio is Rob Vitus. Hello, Rob.
Tim Connor, thank you very much for having us down here. Race fans, it's going to be a real pleasure to bring you the opening round once again of the Lucas Oil Pro Motocross Outdoor National Championship. A picture postcard day awaits. What do you think, Hangtown? Are you guys ready for motocross?
Rob Vitus again from the Buckeye State of Ohio. And with me to my right, coming out of the great state of Washington, right out the back door of Washougal Motocross Park, say hello to Brian Barnes. Hey, buddy.
Welcome everybody to Hangtown, the Red Bull Hangtown Motocross Classic. 45 years in the making, from Placerville to Plymouth, and now here to the Prairie City SVRA with the 150th anniversary of California State Park. We look forward to a great day of motocross here at Hangtown.
The Red Bull Skydivers. The thrill and excitement of Lucas Oil Pro Motocross. A touchdown. Onto the starting line they come, and that's the way to start Lucas Oil AMA Pro Motocross for this, the Red Bull Hangtown Classic. Of the United States of America, paying tribute to the patriots that defend our country and make us free and give us the ability to witness motocross. What a way to bring the colors in as we kick off the 2013 season of the Lucas Oil Pro Motocross Championships. The center machine, and they hit through the center of this racetrack. Here comes Ryan Villapoto. Villapoto takes him wide, and Villapoto is moving. Villapoto has moved on the outside. Jim Stewart pushed him to the outside and takes over the number 1 position. Ryan Dungey had the number 3 spot, got moved out of the touch of line and back in the number 4 spot, but it looks like Ryan Dungey, the number 1, is starting to go to work. We see some of the Yamahas up in the mix as well. We have the Yamaha up in the number 3 spot with Ryan Villapoto, rider number 2 on to Kawasaki. His return to outdoor motocross. Brian Barnes looks just like Supercross.
There you go. Ryan Villapoto has got his game face on, but check out Dungey right now. Dungey coming up on Josh Grant as they come over to the Ford Price Unlimited.
hot out here. It's a long summer, so I got to be there with 24 motos, and that's my plan to do.
Folks, how about put your hands together for the number 7 of James Stewart?
Rock line is down onto the starting line with James, or down onto the podium with James Stewart. We'll go back to the podium here momentarily.
Well, let's go down there right now because we got a man that has the number 1 plate on his bike finishing second in the first moto. A big round of applause for Ryan Dungy. I know that winning championships, that's what you like to do, and it takes 24 solid motos. You're well on your way here. You got a second place in moto number 1 to kick it off.
Yeah, definitely good to get it kicked off like that. You know, track's coming around nice, and bike's that feel good, you know, but we'll regroup, see what we can do the second one, and it's good though. It's good to be outdoors, good to be back here in Hangtown. The fans are awesome, so it's fun.
When you talk about this track and you go from a supercross environment to this, is this one of the rougher tracks? Is this one that really separates the men from the boys?
Yeah, absolutely. It's really choppy here. They did a good job bringing in the dirt, and the layout's good too. So it's just a matter of good bike setup, but attacking it, and I think we got it.
They always talk about you need a good start. Today it looks like the top front runners are up there and they're running hard.
Yeah, absolutely. The guys are really pushing the pace, so it's going to be very important, and especially this year. So it's great to get it started up, and we'll keep it rolling.
Folks, he's looking to keep the ball rolling. Let's say hello to Ryan Dungey.
Rough Riders Ryan Dungey celebrating down on the starting line, but welcome back to the outdoors. Your winner of Moto number 1 is Monster Energy Kawasaki rider Ryan Villapoto.
Man, you hear it when they said RV2 brought home the first moto win. 25 points. We've got one more moto to go, and not a very big break in between them.
No, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna take a lot of fitness, and I think the three of us standing up here, we have it. So, when we get out there, I think you'll see that it'll be kind of the same way. Us three up front running a very fast pace. So it's gonna take a good start again, and then just try to break free.
You had a good start. We almost thought you had the whole shot. James Stewart snuck by there. Then you guys, couple corners. It seems like you found an opening. You pounced early. You weren't going to wait.
No, it's even though it's a long moto, you got to make moves quick, and you got to try to get that gap. And I was just trying to keep pushing through the full moto, and then get that gap and just maintain it. So we're going to try to do the same for the second.
Certainly a lot of people helped you get that first moto win. Anybody want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, it's Monster Energy Kawasaki was working really good out there with the short amount of time we had between this and Supercross. It was it's tough, but we made things happen very quickly, and can't thank everybody there at the team. All my personal sponsors, thank you.
Folks, the top 3 in the 450 class, Hangtown, say hello! Let's go back up to the podium, get ready for the 250 moto number 1.
gets the win here today. The margin of victory for Ryan Villapoto is 20.293 seconds. For Ryan Villapoto over Ryan Dungey. Waiting on third place to check in, James Stewart. James Stewart about ready to check in here on the number 7 Suzuki. After a great hole shot run and a battle, James Stewart checks in 43.9 seconds behind Ryan Villapoto. And the overall will be just that way. Villapoto in first, Dungey in second, James Stewart in third, and a hole shot winner goes to James Stewart as well.
What a ride for Trey Kennard, though. Inspiring for Trey Kennard to come out here to the outdoors. Oh, see this new DVD hit the big.
James Stewart, congrats on another hole shot. I mean, you were talking about how fast your bike was, and that thing looks like it's got some real motor.
Yeah, no, it's two great starts. Can't really be too bummed about today. I'm actually, I did exactly what I wanted to do, was get out here safe. Coming off the injury, coming back. So, know what areas we need to improve on, but overall, I'm really happy with my team and stuff. We'll definitely get better. I think I'm even last year was special to come here and go 1-1, but today, where we are today, I'm really happy, and we'll get stronger.
You're mentioning getting stronger. We have to go next week to Denver, a little bit of an elevation where it seems like fitness has really paid off there.
Yeah, fitness is not the problem. It's been a while since we raced, and we only got a few I'm in last year, so I'm still learning this bike out here, but no excuses. Both rides rode really good, and like I said, third overall, there's nothing to be frowning on that, so I'm happy.
Well, you're one step closer to picking up a quick $25,000 too from the gang at the Superstore. You picked up another hole shot. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to you, though. Thank you, buddy, for all the hard work you've been doing, so thank you so much.
Folks, how about putting your hands together? Third place on the day with the 3-3 down. We're down here on the podium, and we're getting ready to spray some champagne and let people get a little bit crazy. We had an opportunity to talk to James Stewart, and he moves one step closer to picking up 25 grand from the motorcyclesuperstore.com. This next individual I'm talking to had 10 overall wins in a row. He goes 2-2 on the day here today. Put your hands together for Ryan Dungey. Outstanding second moto, except for that one off-track excursion tough break there. What happened?
I was just trying to find a line to make a pass. We were going at it pretty good there in the beginning, and I went off the track. Villapoto got by, and then he moved in the lead, and I was like, man, I got to get going too. So Ryan rode a good race. He put a charge on the whole moto, and too bad we couldn't be there in the end with him. But overall, it's a good day. I really had a good fun, and thank you guys for all coming out. It's a beautiful day.
You look around this facility, and the race fans here are good. These are the people that motivate you. They really kind of push you to a whole nother level.
Yeah, absolutely. It definitely wouldn't be a fun sport if the fans were involved. So got to thank them, and thank the whole team, Red Bull, KTM. The guys did a good job in round one. So we'll move on from here.
Folks, he's one of the true legends of our sport. Will you please say hello to Ryan Dungey? Well, when you pick up a 1-1 on the opening round, probably the first thing they like to do is say congratulations. But here in the motocross world, we want to present you with the red number plate background, our points leader in 2013, Ryan Villapoto. We're up there, obviously we're commentating on the race and we're speculating. You're inside, you're outside, you're looking around for a little bit there. You were losing some time on them. Were you looking for lines?
I was just trying to get out of the roof. So these 450s throw such a roof, it's pretty bad. So I was trying to get out of it. The race was very fresh, very new, so everybody was pushing really hard, and I was trying to wait for a couple of the laps to get in, and then things kind of calmed down a little bit. And it did a little bit, and Ryan made a mistake, and I was able to get around him, and then get around James, and just try to get that gap, because I know that these two here, by the end of the moto, they'll still be pushing. So the bigger gap I have, the better it is.
We followed your career since you were on 85s, and one of the things you've always been known for is your fitness. You're a strong rider, and you get stronger as the race went on. Today, lap number 10, you're turning some of your fastest lap times. Do you even get tired when you're riding?
You know, this is I have never had the best of races here at Hangtown, so I'm very happy with where we're at, the progress we've made with the short amount of time getting here. You know, it's only up from here with bike setup and things like that. So I'm happy, and I feel like we're in a great position. So yeah, I was clicking off the laps very nicely, and I'm happy with where things are. I'm very happy with Monster Energy Kawasaki. They've done a great job getting us where we are.
50 points on the day. The red number plate, the current points leader in the 450 outdoors. Say hello to Ryan Villapoto. Now I know that John Allen's down here from the Dirt Diggers. My friend John Allen has some trophies and some hardware to pass out. James Stewart, let's pick up some hardware. Finishing third on the day. On the Yoshimura Suzuki, Mr. James Stewart. How about finishing second on the day on the Red Bull KTM, Ryan Dungey. And John Allen from the Dirt Diggers. I know you have a special presentation right here.
Yeah, on behalf of the Dirt Diggers North and Hangtown Motocross Classic, our 45th annual, we'd really like to present you with the first place trophy. And thanks for coming out and just giving this crowd giving it your best. We really appreciate it. And congratulations.
Once again, Hangtown, the 50 class. Machine. He decided to check out. I have to give you an update. Wow, that guy came out of the gate like a fire. And here we go, back section of the track. It looks like Blake Baggett, rider number 1, has already done away with that big hole shot. And rider number 1, Blake Baggett, is now in control of the second and final 250 moto of the day here at the 45th annual running of this Hangtown Classic. Couple of KTMs up there. This is going to be a good one.
So right now, that's what they did last year. This is what we talked about the first moto. If he can outrun up front, he's got the energy to continue to run at the end. As Ron said, right now, he won the first moto, a solid second. Looks like maybe Jason Anderson on the number 21, Ron Starr, Motorsport Suzuki, maybe.
Super KT